Okay, how about this one? Can you hear me now? I'm seeing motion on the mixer, so I'm guessing you can hear me now and you couldn't before. Hey, there it goes, excitement. Oh, what the sound is, what is the sound? How's that? Is that better? So, improvement or no improvement in the last 5 seconds? Okay, good. Make it any clearer if I put it closer to my face? Hopefully this is an improvement to the audio, guys. And now I have to recall what I've been saying for the last 5 minutes if you guys haven't been able to hear anything. Okay, so we're working on the shuttle lost puppy thing. Instead of having the shuttle detached from the ship, mobile, and instead of instead of directly mirroring the navigational instructions from the nav terminal, we're having a constraint equation where it's basically the further it gets from the ship, the more it's going to want to get closer, and it's going to create sort of like a mathematical umbilical cord to the mothership. It's going to take some sneaky mathematics with those blocks, but I think I know how to do it. Okay. Basically a PI controller, similar to the PID that we had before, but without the derivative. I don't think we needed the damping factor as much. We'll see. Okay. But for now, we need to get consistent readouts on these things so that when we test it, we know what we're looking at. Okay. So we need electrical. I'm going to say, we can make it adjustable. Hang on here. This will be our sig figs over here. And this is like a setting we can change infrequently, but frequently enough that we're going to make a independent circuit for it. Yeah, the mathematical umbilical cord. That's what I'm thinking of, right? It's just it's literally attached at the hip, but only through the math based on the distance between them and how fast it's changing and the direction in which it's changing. So make this a 10. Wire this here into the exponent's base. And then the sig figs is the number of digits to which we are going to round the displays. We'll say 2 decimal places for now. Put that in here. Signal life goes into this Wi-Fi. Call this 401. Now, over here we have multipliers. And rounds. Where's the rounding component? What's the easiest way to do this last part? Probably a relay, I suppose. guys see what I'm doing here? Stop me if you don't get what I'm doing. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the sig fig multiplier here from way over here. We're going to bring it over to this Wi-Fi and spread it out between all these blocks, because what we're going to do is we're going to take the input signal, multiply it by, in this case if it's 10 to the power of 2, it's 100, round it, and then divide it by 100 again. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us the 2 decimal places and then a whole bunch of zeros, which the system, as seeing that they're trailing zeros, the system feels no need to display, and therefore we get the display as fast as it needs to be. But because it has just enough characters room on the display to fit it without marqueeing, then we eliminate the marquee effect. If we've got some significantly big numbers coming up, then we might have to reduce the number of sig figs in order to fit the extra digit. But in worst case scenario, I think we can just shrink the text size and what I just do my back. Okay. This is going to be a lot of wiring. And this is just to monitor what's going on. This isn't even functional. Well, oops, that's incorrect. There we go. Sorry guys, I don't know what I'm not feeling so chatty tonight, but once again, if you guys, hopefully you guys see what I'm going the process, what I'm trying to do here. This will give us a live readout that we can look at in sub mode, in test mode. That we can just glance up and look at this thing and see what's going on with the subs, instead of having to switch to free cam all the time. Okay, so that's all of those and all of those. So now this goes into here. This goes into here. Uh-oh. Did I cut it there for a sec, guys? I feel like I did. YouTube just gave me a big flash and error page and then went back like nothing happened. If you guys are getting glitchy, don't feel free to complain. Not that I can do anything about it. Good. I'm glad you guys aren't getting the glitches that I'm seeing. Oh, speak of the devil. So as I'm wiring, is this making sense to you guys? Alright, let's see if that did anything. Well, that's the beauty of it. If as long as you're willing to put these up, just a single layer, cover up all that extra nonsense with the components up, so it's a little bit more compact. Survey says. Reactor's already at nominal. Okay, ship Y. Ship X and Z. Is it just nothing here? Oh, yeah, it's 0, so it's rounding it all off. Wait, why is it doing that for that one, not this one? Curious. Let's see what happens when we do this. Oh, I locked the ship's placement. There we go. Why is that still 0? Curious. There is sub. Why isn't the sub detached? Yeah, I did a couple assemblies that I uploaded to the workshop a while back, but I haven't done a full-on mod that I've published. I wanted to. Been fiddling away at it over. I find myself staring at the screen and I keep what's it called, image processing window open pretty much all the time. Okay, why did that not detach? I thought we rewired this. Did we unrewire this? Toggle docking. And, yeah, that's definitely upper docking. What about signal out 3, discharge coil in? Yeah, we'll be needing these for now. So now we can say would you guys like to see a video on mod generation, like visual mod? Like I got started when I changed my target reticles. Didn't do it for your global upload, only locally, so they don't look different on my screen. But that's how I got started. Okay, so that's the Wi-Fi component goes to docking hatch toggle state. Yeah, we can talk about that one. Okay. Alright, this is when, okay. I'm glad you guys are so pumped about it. That's awesome. Okay, where did my screen go? Here we go. I just have to find a tab to pull over. Actually, no, this will be one of our file windows. So, your Barotrauma app folder, which is going to be in your Steam apps, 86 Steam. Go down to the Steam apps folder here, go to common, go to Barotrauma, go to content, and I think this would be under, I think it's under the content, items and weapons category, I think. If my memory serves me right. Hang on, where's my panel on the right? Show preview pane. You know what the OGs, those are sound files. PNG, okay, hang on. Start out PNG. Crosshairs, there we go. So this file is where the source of the crosshairs is. If you want to make it bigger or smaller, you're going to have to edit the weapons XML file, which is, let's see here. See, again, we'll go through Steam. Steam apps. Where's the Steam apps? There it is. Common Barotrauma content. And just select this folder here. We'll go into the items, weapons. Uh-oh, hang on, I lost my chat window. There we go. You guys still with me on this? I know I'm moving quick, but stop me if I lose you. So if you look at the railgun, you pull up the XML file, the code for the railgun, you will see, where is it? Turret, status effect, weapon indicator, crosshair, right here. So this is a file pointer to a crosshair file, and this is a coordinates in that crosshair file. Right, so this one has the crosshair and the crosshair pointer, which are, let's go look at that right now. Right, so that's this folder. We're going to open this up with our photo editor. My preferred one is GIMP by 100,000 million country miles. Okay, so what were those coordinates? This file is, hang on. 256, 0, 256, 256. So this means that the x coordinate of the box is 256, the y coordinate is 0, and the box is 256 by 256 pixels in dimension. So in GIMP, you just press R and you draw a little box and you click on it again with the cursor. That's the word I'm looking for. You start entering that stuff in here. You say 256 tab 0 tab 256 tab 256 tab, and that's, there you go. This is where the cursor comes from that you use in game. If you want to change this, then you can go say, I prefer, like, there's various places you can go online to find source material for this sort of thing. I personally prefer Pinterest. They've got all kinds of them. Hang on, I'm going to sign in off window here before I do something stupid on a stream. Give away a password or something. Okay. Crosshairs. I think I've got a whole tab of these things. Okay, let's take this one here. Download image. Oops. Where's a open? Uh-oh, the gaming cat wants in. Hang on, guys. Come on. If you're coming in, come in. Your audience awaits. Apparently not. That's not it. Hang on, modified. There we go. That'll be the one. Okay. So we can pick any one of these. Doesn't really matter. The point is, you've got a reticle and you've got the circle that tracks it, right? Those are the two most important parts. So let's pick, yeah, this guy's a pretty angry looking one. So we'll go back here. We're going to save this as a new file. We'll call it, actually no. Give it an XCF file, and then Barotrauma won't know what to do with it, so it'll just leave it alone. Sorry, I know this might appear to be a really dry process, guys, but this is, if I know how I do it, this is how I do it. Here, what we're going to do is, before we do that, we're going to create a guide layer. that has some borders so that we know where we're lying, where we have to stay inside. Yeah, it's good. Blue works just as good as anything else. And stroke selection. Nope, not quite so chunky. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm planning on doing, is just mimicking, using the other one as kind of a source and draw. Because when I zoom it out, it's going to get all pixelated, right? So, but right now I just have to just mark some lines off so that I know where I'm going. Oops, that's not what I wanted. What's a cool idea? Carol, you got me in suspense here. Don't... Iron sights, how does that work in a 2D game? Okay, so those are my guides, so I know where to drop the source. That's about the right size. Oh. Well, no, I know how iron sights work. I'm talking about, like, we spend the game staring at from the side profile of the character. How do you switch to iron sights? Like, you want to go 3D and kind of like rotate the view, which is a really cool idea, by the way. Okay, so this one is going to be... Let's make it, yeah, I do kind of like their color scheme. Where's the button I'm looking for? Flip, okay. How does that look without the guide? It's a pretty sharp triangle. Nicely done. Wow, there's a lot of text up there. Hang on. Yeah, immersion, no kidding. That sounds like a cool idea. I don't know how it would work in execution, but definitely sounds interesting. You know what? I got an idea. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's call this a pointer. This one's going to be trickier. Span from center. Yes, you guys following along what I'm doing here? Is it, do I need to go explaining stuff? Okay, so we split these up now. Okay, so this one is copied. Right here. so that should do it for that one. And we can do, if you want to make it even super fancy, let's make it kind of a glowy blue. What do you think? I'm kind of going for that indigo watch kind of green, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, something like that. Oh man, no, you would not believe the day I've had. Hang on here. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's gonna look cool? We'll find out here in a second. Export this as Crosshairs 3. And we will turn on this one and we'll call this Crosshairs 2. I think you might be right, but I wanted to see what it's going to look like. You never know. Okay, so now we can go back into our game files. It's probably a good idea to close Barotrauma at this point in time. Not that I think that messing with the files would make it unstable in any way. I think that the game would actually probably be quite robust against that. Let's see. Railgun, we'll call it down here. Crosshairs 2. And then the pulse laser, I guess we'll go with the other one. Because it's right there. 3 and 3. Okay. Yeah. You'd have to absolutely restart the game to get this effect now. This should be interesting, boys and girls. I don't know. Nerds of all ages. You're killing me here. There we go. That's more like it. This is, I don't think this one has a pulse laser. Damn it. Hang on. It does have a railgun, though. I think this was a railgun. Yep. Okay, that's neat. It's not using the right file, or it's using a different file from what I told it to. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. Hang on. Might be more than one file that we need to modify. By the way, I don't recommend modifying your game files. If something happens that your updates get all screwy, oh shoot, that's the wrong program. If there's something happens that you get your updates get all screwy, you just have to go back into your Steam files. Where's your Steam here? There we go. You go to your Barotrauma, you right click over here, go to property, local files, and you say verify integrity of game files. It'll go through, it'll find the files that you've modified, it will erase your mods, but it will restore your game stability if you find your mods are making your game a little whack. I don't want to use this right now. Okay, where was I? Barotrauma. Why wasn't that updating? Did I save this one? I thought I did. Definitely. Oh, I didn't save that. That would do it. Okay, this time let's make sure there's a pulse laser on the Typhon. Barrow. Would it be bad to use elements from other games in your design of, like, for example, the flat cannon? I think that's the goofiest looking thing in the game that I've ever seen in a long, long time. And I just feel like it could be done better. I think it already has been done better. The flat cannon in Unreal Tournament 4 has the perfect animation for something like this. Oh yeah, no, God no. I'm not that artistic. I couldn't think I could come up with a design like that on my own. Okay, where's the machines? There we go. Pulse laser. Trying to follow the ship's existing wiring. What goes to this one, huh? Yeah. It's so tempting to use Wi-Fi. this one, I think I'm supposed to come up underneath maybe on this one. Either way, this needs to be changed for loader for a pulse laser. And that should be it for that one. Put some ammo in this thing. Okay, so those are linked. That gets power. Turn its light on, I guess. Alright. Let's see if this worked. Damn heaven, I wouldn't be surprised if just screw you, not working. Perfectly wired, I don't care, it's not working. Oops, helps me turn on power. Oh, there we go, there's your, oh, it's a little too blurry over there. Oh, that's neat. I kind of like that. Hey, Tim Tom, how's it going, buddy? Okay, that's pretty cool. What about this guy? Oh, what's this one turn into? Oh, it's a bit chunky, but yeah. There you go. I like it. I think that's cool. Very interesting. So yeah, that's how you the pulse laser one looks like Smith from XCOM. I haven't, I tried to get into XCOM, couldn't play it. Actually that was because my laptop couldn't play it. Nearly cook an egg on the keyboard while you played. What are we doing here? We're undocking the shuttle, right? Okay. What am I doing? I just started that, okay. Derp. So we're seeing that these once again, we've modified these text inputs. If you're just joining us, hang on. Is it doing anything? Oh, okay, turn power on again. So we're switching back now to the little puppy sub that follows along. The idea is to have, instead of having a submarine that just you copy the navigational information coming out of one navigation terminal to the other one, and it would perfectly mirror your motions. But that doesn't really do anything intelligent if there's like a wall coming up or something. So the goal here is to have a submarine that will follow and trail behind the mother sub, and it'll hopefully avoid walls. We can come up with something like that. I know that there's the equations for it. The trick is going to be converting it into those little blocks. So we turn this on. Autopilot stays there. Detach the mini sub. Mini sub is not detaching. Why is the mini sub not detaching? First of all, is the signal coming from here? Yes, it is. Signal at 3. I sound like an AI? I do tend to drone sometimes. I apologize. Tonight's an off night for me, but trying to get some stuff done for you guys. What does toggle this one? Switch. I know what's going on. Yeah, that's the switch that I installed over here. That was gonna be that one. It's okay. I prefer having it on the navigation terminal because then you can see the little guy drop away when you push the button, or at least currently turns away. Is it bad that I skipped the whole letting the reactor turn up and I just use the cheat to make it fire up immediately? Okay, autopilot, maintain position, detach mini sub. Okay, why is the mini sub not detaching? That's getting upsetting now. Oh, did I lock it? Where is it? Those lights on. Green, still engaged. Okay. So something's preventing this thing from disengaging. Well, right now it's only a toggle signal that's coming from the... so it's a very brief, like 1 frame signal. So let's put a relay down here. And we'll tie the Wi-Fi channel out to the toggle state of the relay. Have a state of this reflect state of the dock. There. Autonomous fleet of killer drones. I have a shuttle that will track down a monster and then overload a tiny reactor with little nuclear suicide drones. What am I trying to do here? Okay, we want this guy. He's in maintain position. No, well, the goal would be to create something that somebody could do in game, but I suppose there's none of the shuttles on under the vanilla subs that would have an applicable application for this. It wouldn't be hard. That's the other thing, is that if you have these roving defense drones that have, like, say, oh, here's an idea. We cover this little guy, the one that's, hang on. This guy over here, can't really see him, but imagine this thing covered in static discharge coils with like a ton of supercapacitors inside. And this time, instead of having the equations have the shuttle tag along behind the submarine, you switch the equations to follow a monster, or to follow a cursor, or to follow a distance signal sent from one of the periscopes. Like, it would be interesting to see if you could have like a little, what's the ones? I can't remember the name. The old game with the vertical scroller, and you have little missiles, and you get those little tiny ships that could orbit around you. Galactica, was that the one? Yeah, the equations are going to be tricky, so I'm thinking PI controller, which is basically, hang on here. Is there a new, does Windows 11 have like a pencil handwriting app? Handwriting. Damn it, hang on. Okay, we'll print screen here. Going up. Okay, so over here, I'm gonna butcher my way in through some equations here. That's really what interests you. So what you would do, you'd have, call it X, man, this is really going to be bad because I don't have a stylus. So you have the acceleration of the craft, or the shuttle, which is in the x-axis, that's double prime, is equal to, and it's going to be some constant a, call it a1, times the position, the distance to the, between the shuttle and the, what's the word? Shuttle and the submarine, right? And plus, and you have another constant here. And then this is the rate, so anything with a dot, this would be the rate of change of position between the submarine and the shuttle. The trick is finding these two, the A1 and the A2. That's where the data logger thing that I wired in, this thing down here, is where this comes in handy, because then we can make changes to these A1s and A2s and document them and look at them in graphs and take numbers from the graphs and that sort of thing. It's control theory 101. And then you have B1, B2 for the y-axis, and basically what you have is this factor here responds to the overall distance. So the bigger the gap gets, right, the bigger this thing gets involved. This one is the faster it's changing, so where if you're moving away from the sub like 1 meter every 10 seconds as opposed to 5 meters every 10 seconds, this one's going to get twice as involved. Again, this is very simple. It's a PI controller, a proportional integral controller. I don't think we need the D, which would be A3. Actually, this output here wouldn't be double X. It would be the input from X. So, anyways, that's the basics of the equations. How we go through and find them is something called PI tuning. If you look up, hang on, if you go to Wikipedia or something, and you search PID tuning algorithms, this is literally what they train you in engineering. This is probably what we're going to wind up doing at some point. Yeah, control theory, yeah, you can find, hang on, I'm totally not supporting the concept of, no, it's very important that people support the publishers of these textbooks and make sure that they go out and buy them, and, you know, because it's only through supporting the industry that you can find, you know, new content, whereas if you're spreading around PDFs for free online somewhere, you know, all that would do is make the information free for everybody, and no, I don't know why that's a bad thing. Anyways, that is, control theory is an extension of something called system dynamics in engineering. So system dynamics is turning the physics of a room into an equation. Like, and yes, we can say there's like equations for heat transfer between, for example, a window and the exterior of a house, and the walls in the exterior of the house. And I was actually working on this with my parents a couple months ago, trying to figure out which parts of the house have the greatest thermal leakage. Right, and it's the same thing here. We're trying to find an equation that represents the motion of the sub. It's probably going to have to take into account the motor, the size of the motor, because if we change the size of the motor on the sub, it can accelerate and catch up faster. So it'll respond more to faster change, not necessarily the magnitude of the change. Okay, what am I doing here? We're just talking about equations. The first part, though, is getting the actual numbers for the distance between the sub and the shuttle, and that's what I'm trying to do here, but I can't seem to get any signals coming back from the shuttle Wi-Fi, which kind of puts a wrench in the works, because that's kind of the foundation of the whole thing. I'm just looking at something on a browser on the other page here, guys. Yeah, you're not helpful. I have gurus that I go to on Discord that they are usually pretty sage advice on things like this, but at the moment they're all silent. Might have something to do with the fact that, oh my god, it's 2:06 a.m. We've been streaming for 69 minutes. I've been trying to promise myself that I wouldn't be staying up until the middle of the night, guys, so I'm going to call this at the 1 hour mark 9 minutes ago. I'm going to aim for more midnight starts instead of randomly sometime after 12 p.m. So I'm not gonna call it a schedule yet, Pero. Don't get on me just like you always do. I'm going to try for midnight starts, okay? And if you don't see me immediately after midnight, then I don't know. Odds are not great, but that's what I'm gonna aim for, okay, guys? In the future, midnight streams. Okay, have a good night, guys. Don't forget to stay nerdy. Thanks for joining us.